bad, me sick, me Reggaeville.
Reggaeville family, this is SummerJam 2022 and I have the great pleasure to welcome here to the festival and to my side the brothers of Katchafire, Logan and Jordan. How is everything?
Lovely to be here, family, lovely to be here. What a great day, great evening. We just got off stage. And we're just ready to just soak in the atmosphere and the vibrations and yeah, do it all up big.
I mean, it's been 7 years since you last played here. That's a little while. How you feel about being back?
Yeah, it's good to be on tour again. It's been 2.5 years at home. This is our first international tour for a long time, so very special. Yeah, feeling the vibe, just lovely to be here. Here.
I can only imagine because I mean you are known for your energetic live performance and also for touring 49 weeks out of 1 year, 3 times in 1 day and like 4 days a week, right?
Yeah.
So when the pandemic hit and you were not able to do so, I mean I figure everything changed, right? Or how was it?
Yeah, everything changed. Like for a musician, I identify as a musician, and when you can't do your craft, when you can't do your creative outlet, you feel a bit lost, you know. And yeah, we were a little bit lost at home. New Zealand did like a strict lockdown, and I couldn't even see my brother. Like we couldn't even see each other, the band. So long time apart, very isolated. And yeah, it's taken a little while. We're happy to be together again.
Yeah, but I think a positive look on that is we actually were forced to not tour and be on the road for 49 weeks of the year. And for the last 22 years, we've been touring relentlessly all year round. And we missed the kids, we missed the home. 22 years, the kids have grown up. So when COVID hit, we actually went, all right, we can have some family time to give back to the kids, back to the family, and just be there with them and be a father and be a parent. So I think that's a good positive look at COVID for us.
I mean, I just wanted to say, I mean, there's always two sides to each story, and I'm glad to hear that you were able to have at least the benefit of being with family then, right? Because, I mean, you're family people. You founded the band with your father, right?
I don't think they were used to us being at home, though, for that long. They were like, oh,
we should
I've got an
them.
extra kid. I'm looking after an extra kid at home. You clean your mess, go back on the road. So, I mean, yeah, had ups and downs, goods and bads, but I think for the most part, I think we just got gratitude for the world opening up and allowing everything to be normal again.
And I mean, in New Zealand, you had a very strict zero COVID policy, even stricter than in other places. How did you experience that in your country?
Well, that's why we didn't go away for so long, because it was like a lottery trying to get back into your country, and like they had this system where you had to isolate for 14 days, but it was like winning a lotto ticket. Like we had a lot of family and friends stuck overseas, so we didn't even try and leave the country because we just didn't want to bother with all of that. But yeah, it's slowly opening up and getting back to normal again, like Geordie said.
And how did the people in New Zealand experience? How was the atmosphere like?
It was crazy. It was crazy when in March 2020 we were touring the US. So we were in Hawaii, and Hawaii was panicking and buying the toilet paper, and we were yeah. But we were thinking, you know, New Zealand's too far away. It's not going to hit there. And then 2 days later, New Zealand say we're going to close the border. And so we had to like, come on guys, we need to do this one show and get home before they lock us out. So
we just made it home.
We just made it home.
Just made it home before they locked the country.
Before we were locked out. So yeah.
But you said you were able to spend time with family, and in your latest single, I'm going to say it, Whaingaroa.
Whaingaroa, you got it.
Practice so hard, you know. I can see what I figure, or I can imagine that life over there looks like, right? Is that how you spend your days, and the children that we see in the video, is that really how it is?
Pretty much. Our brother-in-law wrote that song, and he He shot it in his hometown where he lives, and at his children at home, and just around Whangaroa is the name of the town where he lives. It's called Raglan. The English name is Raglan, but the Māori name, Whangaroa. So he loves that place. He surfs. There's a wonderful, left-hand break.
That's all real. That's all real. That's how he lives his life. He usually is the first to say, "I want to go home," in the middle of tour. I want to go home to my whangaroa, to my kids, and live that life. So we're glad to be able to come out here and do this as a living, but then go home to the family and enjoy that family life as well.
Yes, I mean, if I lived in such a place, I would also want to go home.
All day, all day, all day.
He mentioned also, and although he's not here, maybe you can still tell me a bit about it, that this is a very personal song, and that is the song that most represents him from all the pieces that he wrote. Please tell me a bit about the background story of this piece.
I think without being too wrong, it's definitely whangaroa. The lyrics and the message in there is everything that you see in that video clip. He's all about his family. Whangaroa is a saviour for him. It gives him life. It gives him energy. It recharges him every time he goes to touch base. And I think the song and the lyrics reflect how he feels when he's in whangaroa. When he's in that place. And trying to portray that and lyrically and get the message across to people with the visual and the lyric to feel the vibe of what he feels every day.
We spoke about family, actual family, but I know that you refer to the band also as family.
Yes.
So how, being back on the road now with
Yes.
with all of the family, I mean, within a family it's not always all good, like.
Oh, exactly. Always fighting.
Does it clash sometimes?
All day.
All day.
All day. But that's family. You can clash and then 1 minute later have a hug, have a kiss, have a hug.
It's better to be traveling around the world, meeting problems as a family unit, rather than by yourself. It's more fun. You have more support. You have fights, you have up and down, just like everything else. But at the end of the day, you can't choose your family. So, your blood, thicker than water.
So when you're on the bus, for example, who snores the loudest?
Oscar.
That'll be our tour manager, Oscar. He's a big.
And since you cannot do without a tour manager, right?
Yeah, we have to have him. Yeah. So we put the earplug in, and you can still hear him.
And then you're so good.
Vibrating face.
I'm wondering how close you sleep to one another.
Underneath.
Right here.
The bunk.
Right here.
Yeah. So when he snores, I go.
Okay.
Off my bed.
Oh boy! But I'm glad to see you joyous and laughing about it. So yes. I'm happy to see you back in your element, playing live for the people. We mentioned the recent single. Is more music coming up also? Because Legacy, the last album, it's been a couple of years already. So can we expect something maybe?
Yes, very soon. I want to say before the end of this year, 2022. Yeah, we've got another single releasing when we get home. So look. Around August, and then some further releases before the album. Don't know the name, no names yet.
Okay.
Maybe you guys can think of a name and email us or drop it to the website, and we can work in with that.
Awesome
Yeah.
Right.
Make sure we can hook up with you again to make sure we do a phoner and maybe pick the name of the song or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, definitely.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
So we definitely have something to look forward to, and if you have a suggestion for an album title, then just drop it to the guys, and then we're gonna talk about this record, right? When it's ready.
Yes. Please,
Sure,
please.
I mean, the boys have been busy. We had that break in for COVID, so we've been busy in the studio and in the kitchen cooking up some good recipes.
Honestly, I heard from a lot of the artists that all of a sudden they did a lot of cooking. Have you been cooking before, or this opened up now through the COVID thing?
Yes, we're always cooking. Look at us.
Oh, okay. I see.
belly.
I mean, that, well, it could also mean that they have excellent wives cooking.
Yes.
You know?
And that.
And that too. Okay. All right. So I'm glad to see you back on the road.
Thank you.
I wish you all the very best for the tour. Still enjoy that.
Yes,
and
sister.
then we keep the links, so you make sure once you have more info on the album,
Yes.
we're gonna talk again.
Yes,
For
we'll
sure.
drop some vibes and yes, definitely talk again. I want to see what the people got for some names, some ingoa. Yeah.
Wonderful. All right, so thank you so much, guys.
Thank
All
you.
the very best. Also for the rest of the band, and blessings. Much love.
Thank you guys. Thank you for following us. Thank you for your support. One love, sister. Bless up.
One love. Blessings.
Me bad, me sick, me Reggaeville.